So strategy is one of those areas where you guys could potentially fight. Brett, you might want more dollars, and Tricia, you might want more dollars, or you might think your project's more important than the other. So how does that work together? How do you guys work together on strategy?
So one of the first things we do, as you well know, and you just described how you played a supportive role in many of your business's initiatives when you were CIO. That's true for us too. So first and foremost, IT doesn't form our strategy on our own. We have to understand what the business is going after. And then as we understand what the business strategy is, then we ask ourselves, okay, where will they need technology? How ready is our technology to support those initiatives? So some of what we've sought to do is Brett and I, with working with our leaders, and Michael's involved in this with his, the three of us are intentional about seeking to understand in what priority are those given business strategies. So what's the timeline for a given business strategy, and then backing into that, how much lead time are we going to need from a technology perspective to deliver to that? And that honestly is how we start to prioritize our funding within our budget. And while Michael's security budget is separate from the IT budget, we even still look at it holistically, because there are a lot of security initiatives that Michael, as the CISO, leads, but in order to carry them out, he needs members from my team to fulfill them. So we have to have that ongoing transparency. The collective three of us, the three chiefs in IT, have to appreciate what each other is being asked to do by their respective leaders, so that we position the staffing. Because oftentimes I would say if there's shared staff, it's mostly team members from my group coming to support what Brett may need or Michael may need. Do you think that's fair, Brett?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think our organization has had a wonderful cultural shift over the last couple of years to want to include IT early. It's been a more traditional way of coming in after a deal is signed, a vendor selected, and the network doesn't work or something, but when IT gets notified that this project even exists. And the world that we're living in now is wonderful in that the vast majority of the time, the business leaders are asking the question, well, have you run this by security yet? Is IT involved? What can Epic do this, or some existing platform that we already have? So that really helps our strategy become simplified, where if they'll just come to us with their business case problem, their business problem they're trying to solve, and then let us find the technology that we either have that just could be repurposed, or a new vendor. And so our roles as the work pops up in our different verticals really are about keeping our head up for those new technologies that could assist in the strategy or business planning of the organization. Honestly, there's not a lot of infighting over. Michael gets special treatment with security, but otherwise there's no infighting with our budgetary wishes and desires, because they really come from outside of IT, if that makes a lot of sense. I advocate for things, and there are a few projects that probably wouldn't have happened if I wasn't advocating for them, but most of it, we're supporting what the business is asking for.